Today we're going to learn a multiplication strategy called breaking it down. Before we do that, we need to know what it means to break a number down. Well, the number 43 can be broken down by its individual digits. So 43 is like 40 plus 3. The number 68 can be broken down as 60 plus 8. We're representing each digit. So the 6 in the tens represents 60, and the 8 in the ones represents 8. Another example would be 149 can be broken down. 100, 40, and 9. Remember, we're breaking down each individual digit. So the 1 is in the hundreds place, the 4 is in the tens, so it shows 40, and the 9 is in the ones, and it represents 9. One more example of breaking it down, the number 50. If we break it down, it's like 50 in the 5, in the tens place value, the 5 is a 50, and the 0 in the ones is 0. So 50 broken down is like 50 and 0. Now the way this works in a multiplication question is, let's imagine we have a number like 42 times 6. Well, we can't break down the 6. That's just a single digit on its own, so we leave it alone. But we can break down the 42. So 42 broken down is like 40 and 2. And then we multiply both these numbers by 6. 40 times 6 and 2 times 6. Remember your strategy for multiplying with zeros. Cross out the 0. 4 times 6 is 24. Tack the 0 back on. 2 times 6 is 12. Make sure you line up the place values. Do you see how nicely I lined up the ones place values, the tens and the hundreds? Very nice. And then I add that together and I get 252. So 42 times 6 is 252. Let's do another example. Here, this is another example of breaking it down. 68 times 4. Well, 68 can be broken down as 60 plus 8. And then what we do is we multiply both these digits by 4. 60 times 4 and 8 times 4. So I'm going to multiply 60 times 4. I cross out the 0. 6 times 4 is 24, and I tack on 1 0. Plus 8 times 4, which is 32. Again, look how nicely I lined up my ones, tens, and hundreds place value. And because of this plus symbol over here, I'm going to add it all together, and I get 272. So 68 times 4 equals 272. That's the breaking it down strategy. Let's do one more example. Make it a little bit tougher this time. All right, here's a tough one. 252 times 8. Oh, that's a big number. But we can break down 252. The 2 here represents 200, plus the 5 in the tens place represents 50, plus the 2 in the ones place represents 2. And then with all these numbers here, this one, and this one, we multiply them all times 8. So 200 times 8, I'm going to cross out my zeros. 2 times 8 is 16, and I tack on 2 zeros. 50 times 8, I'm going to cross out 1 0. 5 times 8 is 40, and I tack on 1 0. Look how I lined up the place values again, very nice and neat. 2 times 8 is 16, and I'm going to add these together. 252 times 8 is 2016. That's the breaking it down strategy.